Good morning, let's play some chess. 15 minutes with 10 seconds increment. And today we play with the black pieces against Exalico from North Macedonia. And we open with the Caro Kann. We are now rated 1340. So we are going quite fast in gaining elo. And our opponent is 1270 at the moment. So let's see, we have options here. I can go for c5 immediately. I thought that was the way to go. I can also choose for the pin. That's also an option. I think I will go for the pin, followed up with e6. But I'm wondering, I really think that a quick c5 is the better move here. Now we close it up. We got the bishop outside the pawn chain, that's nice. He protects. Let me see, do we play for a c5? I think we do. So we can get the knight to c6. We want that knight probably there or there, depending on what my opponent is going to do. I want to pressure the center. So there's the famous check. Of course we block with the knight. He takes. He doesn't want his light squared bishop, which is fine. Okay, so he goes for that. I can take. Of course, if the queen takes, I can damage his pawn structure, but it opens up a file for him. I can also leave it for now. I want to develop the knights. In that case, he can actually take and try to hold on to the pawn. So here takes, but I'm not going to take back. I think I will pressure the bishop first because it's an undefended piece. And then I have time to maybe go here, but he has the option to defend. Yeah, he can actually go there. So now if I take, he will probably take back with the pawn. That is what I'm guessing. I can also develop the queen first. Pressuring that pawn. That's a nice idea. But I really want to develop the knight. But what do I do if he takes? That is the question. What do I do if he takes? That's just annoying. I think it's time that we take. I think that's better. Now we can just develop the knight. If queen takes, I have a decision to make whether or not to take that knight. Okay, I don't have to make that decision. That is nice. I can develop the queen. Yes, I can. And what am I doing? I'm threatening this pawn. Also pressuring that pawn. What I also can do is give a check. Maybe the knight will block. But then I can slide back. And then my opponent cannot castle so easy. That is maybe interesting. Check here, here. And then how do I develop? I also like my queen here. The problem with this move is I help my opponent develop a piece. But delaying castling for a couple of moves is nice. Let's, and if he blocks with the queen, what do I do? Well, probably develop the bishop. Something like that. And if he blocks with the bishop, I just go back. Let's try that. Let's see how that works out. I expect the knight. I can also try to pressure the knight right away. Then he can castle. But I can take twice, but that's not what I really want. I want to play this. This is more annoying. Yeah, he can go for a queen trade, which I probably will accept because the knight has now immediate threats here, and then I can take that, damage the structure a little bit. So now he wants to get rid of the pin. Yeah, the pin is annoying, but I'm not sure if I want to take that that knight. What happens if he goes wild? Well, then I go here. And the result of that operation is that he's weakening his kingside quite a lot. Yeah, sure. So I still need to finish my development here. Probably my knight is going to end up on that square. I can also try to push this, just to give myself some more space, also for the bishop. But then I'm opening up this diagonal, which I am controlling. But now this is something I am considering now. This was a no-brainer. Let me think about it, because it's getting wild. Yeah, he wants to castle, but the problem with that move is this, and he needs to defend the knight. He needs to find that move. Well, there are other moves. He can also go here, of course. Can also give this check. What that check does, it probably will get that bishop there. It's not what I want. I really think that this is the move I am going to play. Because I'm attacking a piece. I'm x-raying the rook. Okay, so he's going there. Protecting. But now he can't castle anymore. Now I can develop a tempo by giving a check. Now, how is my opponent going to deal with that? I can also try to get my rook involved, but this comes with the most tempo. I expect that my opponent will block with the bishop. I probably will take that. Take, and then what? Then what? Well, then I can develop my knight, but where do I want my knight to be? Where do I want to have my knight? I'm not sure. Are there any better moves? How can I apply more pressure to that knight? Now the downside of this move, check here, takes, he has the option to castle, but that's really dangerous. That is no, that's not possible. That's not possible. I can bring my rook. That forces him to take measures to protect that pawn. Maybe he will push that pawn. Possible. What I also can do is check, and if blocks, then I will develop the rook. And if takes, at least I have a rook involved. That can be an option. Maybe that's an idea. Let's go for that. So we develop the rook, we want to develop the knight, and we want to castle. Yeah, so here, now what about takes? How can he attack my rook? I think pretty simple with a move like that. But then I will come up with the queen and protect the rook. Yeah, let's... And what about this move? Well, so here, then I will take, I think, takes, and then at least I have my rook more active. Now, am I missing something? I don't know. And then get the knight out, castle. Yeah. Something like that. Okay, so he goes for the other way. He does seize that that pawn is becoming a problem. Can I enter? Then I will lose. No, it's not a loss of a bishop. But the whole point of that move is what's the idea of that move? Well, it's just getting closer. Here takes, I don't know, takes. No, I don't like that. Let's develop the knight. There's just the moment to bring more pieces into the attack, but I'm not seeing it. Just let me castle. On that move, my pawn is now it's protected now by the knight and by the queen. So I might consider going here, attacking the rook, and the rook is almost trapped. It has only that square where it can go to. No, it's not being trapped, I think. Well, let's see if we cross that bridge. Okay, so he decides to take, so I have to take back. There is nothing else. Now, if he decides to attack me, which is of course possible, it's a tempo move, but is it a good move though? What do I do in the event of h3? To be honest, I don't know. Now, if the queen moves, yeah, so that's, I think it's a good move. I think I will just go back here. I mean, I don't see any other options. I mean, I can sacrifice the rook. What will happen then? Queen will take. But I don't see a way to checkmate there. No, I think I will. I am going back, but I'm not sure where. Here or here? What's the best retreating square? Let me think. With only 4 minutes on the clock. It's here or here. My feeling says that it is better to go here. But but I'm hesitant. I am really hesitant. Dark square, light squares. Here that blocks my queen's path. So let's go here. Overprotecting that pawn. And yeah, we really want to castle and we want to bring more pieces into the attack. Maybe a rook to c8, so we can open up the center. That's not possible right now. So let's see what my opponent is going to do, because he is a little bit cramped. Let's castle here. I'm not really seeing the threats here. Okay, so he's leaving now. Oh, and he got himself into a pin. Well, let's go here and let's push. Let's push the pawn. Okay, so he really wants to castle, but he can't castle. That will blunder a knight. That will blunder a knight. First he needs to protect. He needs to protect that knight. He can do it in different ways. But I am coming in now. And the question is, do I take? Do I push by? I like pushing by because then I have a passed pawn. It's also a tempo on the queen. But then, what do I do? What do I do? That's the question. Taking looks attractive because it opens up things, and then I can push here. He can take once. That he can do. I will take with the rook. And of course he can't take twice because of the pin. Yeah, so the rook move. Now what I can do, I can, the rook is defended, so I can take the pawn actually. I can do that. I can also push. Let me think. What do I want in this position? Because if I go here, where's the queen going? He needs to keep making contact with the knight. So maybe he goes here. And then what? Then what? How do I add pressure on the knights? Now taking, that simplifies it. It allows him taking there, but I can take back. And I have an annoying pawn. And the threat is to push and disconnect the queen and the knight. Well, that's nice. So if I take, oh wait a minute, takes, it's his turn. He can castle. He can castle, but then I think I still have this threat here. So with that in mind, I will take, and if he recaptures with the knight, that's also possible. So takes, what about takes? Takes, it's his turn. He can actually take with the knight. He can actually take with the knight, but my queen is here. So I can give this check. Yeah, and then the queen needs to block, otherwise he's losing a rook. And then we are exchanging pieces, and in the end of that line, no, I still can take the knight, eh? I think. No, because the knights are protecting each other. So I'm not sure what to do here. Let's take. And if takes takes, we can pre-move that. Knight takes. So we have this check that forces the queen to block. Then I have this check. That's it, I think. Or not. No, that's not it. That's not it. So check, well, at least I can win a pawn there. At least I win a pawn. But the knights are, yeah, the knights are protecting, so how do we do this? That's the question. Let me take a pawn there. Well, we have won a pawn. The whole opening was to get ourselves a pawn. That's a lot of work for a pawn, but also this pawn is hanging. But I'm not going to win a piece here. These constructions are quite solid, but I can try to do something there. But of course, he's going to castle here, and he will be completely safe. Yeah, so there he goes. There's the castling. Now let's try to. What do we want to do actually? What do we want to do? Let's take another pawn. We will pre-move this. So now we are up 2 pawns. That is quite significant, actually. So what we need to do is we need to try to simplify here a little bit. We can do that in different ways. But I like my. Where can the knight go? Knight can go here. Let's make some Luft. Luft is good. Luft is good. Now there's one benefit in this construction is that neither of the knights can actually move at the moment. Okay, so he's preparing to move one knight. Do we take a knight just to simplify? Yes, let's take a knight to simplify. He needs to take with that. Okay, now let's activate the knight. We want to activate the king. And this is our asset, so we need to push that bad boy. With 40 seconds on the clock, him only having, I don't know, well, he has a lot of time, actually. He has 10 minutes. 10 minutes is quite a lot. Now that pawn is being protected, so I can just go here. And the threat is to take that pawn. Or do we want to push this one? Depends on his king movement. So he steps out of the pin, which means I am trying to, I'm going to try to preserve this pawn. So probably that means I'm going to do something like that. If he tries to take the open file, maybe I will activate the king here. Let's go here. Let's pre-move that. That pawn is also under a lot of pressure. Time to bring the king. It's time to bring the king to support the pawn. That's important. Now the knight has some tempo moves that allows me to push the pawn. Yeah, he can give me a check, but then he will lose a rook. 50 seconds. 50 seconds. It's not a lot. Here, probably here. Okay. Well, let's push the pawn. Yeah, let's push the pawn. Here. That's an option. Then I will go here. Do I? Or do I do something different? No, let's go here. Here. Always nice, these time scrambles. Always big fun. Okay, so he wants to give checks. Okay, well that's sort of a fork, but I can go here. Oh, well, actually, that's actually a pretty nice fork. I missed that idea, to be honest. That's actually pretty good. I can go here, and then he can take my rook, but that's not enough. That's not enough. Let me. Yeah, I need to give away that pawn. That's not good. Okay, I'm losing the pawn. Ah, damn it. But we have more pawns. Let's try to use them. Okay, so he takes with the knight. Let's try to do something here. Okay, so he is not quite sure what he's going to do. "20 seconds. That's not easy. That is not easy at all. Let me go here. Okay. Now he's finding some clutch moves. Let's go here. Maybe he has this check in mind. Then I will go here. So he takes a pawn there. Let me go here with the idea of this, pressuring that pawn. That's actually a pretty good move. Losing another pawn. Do I? Well, this looks actually like a fork. Yes, so we take the knight. Okay. So now all of a sudden we are up a piece. We can go here. Yes, let's do that. Let's pick up that pawn. Okay, so he gives me a check. Let's go here. And if he goes there, I think I will go here. And if he goes there, I will take with check and then come back here. So check and then here, something like that to protect. Here I will just takes, and then here. Even kijken hoor, takes, here, here. Yeah, he's not in time. He's not in time. So that doesn't work. So we will pick up that pawn. And this is completely winning because two connected passed pawns. Yes, now he resigns. Whew, what is this? Oops, I clicked the wrong button. Now I don't want that. Go away. Yes, that was an exciting endgame. Yeah, that was fun. Let's see the analysis when this thing has finished up. I blundered my pawn in the endgame. Oi, oi, oi. That's so stupid, but that's what happens when you are down on the clock so much. Almost lost on time there. Almost lost on time, but I got that nice fork in the end. That made things really easy. Okay, we played with an 85. That's not that bad. It's pretty good. Opponent played a 78. It's also pretty good. One blunder. I can imagine what that was. Let me think. Let me walk through the analysis quickly here. And after the game, I will do it more. After recording, I will analyze it better. Just want to show what the good and the bad moves were. This is all fine. I think we played a fine opening here. Taking was inaccurate. Okay, that's interesting. This idea I really liked. And yeah, that was good. And not castling for my opponent was annoying. That's not the best. This is good. And I think I missed some tactical chances here, but we will figure that out at some moments. Yeah, this was a miss. I'm wondering. Taking there. Huh. Taking there. And then takes... Of course, queen takes, I would assume. Although... I don't know. No, knight takes. Knight takes. And then... What do we do? Then we give a check. And then the queen will block. And do we trade queens there? Yes, we takes. Oh, and in that scenario, I do win a piece. Okay. Yeah, so there were lines where I could win a piece. I missed those. But we did a good job. We grabbed the pawn. So that was our reward after the whole opening. But it was an important pawn because it gave us an outside pass pawn. Actually, we were up 2 pawns at this moment. Yeah, he found a clutch move with his knight to fork my pieces there. That's yeah, excellent. Yeah, and here I forked his pieces. That's unfortunate. Yep, and then I won another pawn. Yeah, and this idea is not working. Yeah. All right. Well, was a fun game. We played like 14 and 1600s. Oh, not that bad. I'm happy with the game. I want to thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. And yeah, then I